Mezquito. I'm not quite sure about the title here because Mezquita is means a mosque, and mosquito obviously is the insect. So whether it's a kind of a hybrid between a mosque and a mosquito, I'm not very sure. But I did put it into Google, and I couldn't get any luck with mosquito. Anyway, it's obviously a tremolo piece, and so all of the strategies for practicing tremolo come into play here. Um, and the two main strategies, the ones that I use anyway, for evening out my tremolo and making it fast and smooth and controlled, is accenting. So, and I usually don't worry about accenting the thumb, although you can involve that as well. I usually rotate the accenting between the annular, the middle, and the index. So if I just take the first two beats of Mosquito and practice that, accenting the annular to start with, and then the middle, and then the index, and I'll go round and round like that. Accenting the annular, middle, index, and or you can include the thumb as well if you like. Maybe a good idea to work with a metronome. In fact, one of the suggestions, it's not something which I do, but it's kind of it's a similar idea to the accenting, is to start the tremolo on the next finger. So rather than starting on the thumb, start it on the annular finger. Start it on the middle. I mean, it does the same thing in my mind as just accenting, and I think it's a great way of evening out a scale, evening out the tremolo. Um, Works for me. And the other thing that works well is dotting the rhythm. So we can dot it one way like this. And of course we can dot it the other way, starting with the short note. And I can pretty well promise you that if you work on those two strategies for your tremolo, as long as you're keeping everything else in mind, you know, the minimum movement with the fingers and relaxation in the right hand, the tremolo should progress quite well. The tempo of 112 is not that fast, so it's a slightly slower tremolo that's required here. Notice the use of in the first bar, the use of the third finger coming backwards onto the E before going up the fretboard on that fourth string up to the seventh fret. That's so it can be, it works as a guide finger then up to the fifth position, seventh fret in case of the third finger. Then in bar 3, we've got, let me just play the little clip I prepared, just of the first 4 bars, I think. So notice now in the third bar, we're going to hold down the F and the A and the F on string 1 with the first finger, and the only movement in that bar is the fourth finger coming on and off the G on the third beat. So and then the next bar, and of course we're holding on to the F there. The curved line from the F means to hold on to it, sustain it over the next, or under, if you like, the final beat of that bar. Then we have a similar thing happening. Let me just play the next clip. Yeah, this section presents one of the tricky things with tremolo playing, at least in the initial stages, and that's moving from one string to another, and particularly moving onto a string which is not playing the tremolo on the string which is not the first string. You want to try and keep the finger movements really tiny, with as little movement to the lower side of the string as possible. You might practice just on the open strings with the thumb on one of the lower strings, and play string 4, and have the fingers moving from string 1 to string 2 and back, to and fro. So. Okay, until you can do that, and then from beat 3 of bar 6 we have, and then bar 7 we've got to get the fourth and the first finger down on the D and the B flat. Actually, the fourth finger can remain there from the previous bar. So all of that is on string 2 for the tremolo. And then we're back to string 1. So that's probably the trickiest bit of the whole piece. But I'll just go ahead now and play the last line, or line and a half, whatever.